You don't belong in this line, kid. Go back to where you came from.
You don't belong in this line, kid. Go back to where you came from. 7-year-old Maya didn't understand why the man in the big red suit was yelling at her. She just wanted to ask Santa for a new sketchbook. But this mall Santa wasn't jolly. He was cruel. He snatched the candy cane from her hand and pushed her aside, making her fall onto the cold mall floor in front of hundreds of people. "Somebody get this trash out of my sight," the Santa screamed, laughing as Maya began to cry. But the Santa made one fatal mistake. He didn't notice the tall black man in the bespoke suit, standing quietly behind the velvet rope. The man wasn't just Maya's father. He was the man who had secretly bought the entire shopping mall that very morning, and he was about to give this Santa a gift he would never forget. It was Christmas Eve at the Grandview Shopping Center. The line for Santa's grotto stretched all the way to the food court. Maya was holding her mother Sarah's hand, bouncing on her toes. Sarah, a hard-working nurse, had saved up specifically to buy Maya a nice outfit for this photo. "Do you think he'll know I've been good, Mama?" Maya asked. "Of course, baby," Sarah smiled. But as they got closer to the front, Sarah noticed something strange. The Santa, a man named Frank, was all smiles for the children who looked like him. But whenever a Hispanic or black child came up, his smile vanished. He rushed them. He didn't give them candy. When it was finally Maya's turn, she ran up with her arms open. "Hi, Santa," she chirped. Frank, the Santa, put his hand up like a stop sign. "Whoa, hold it right there," he sneered. "Ticket? We have a ticket," Sarah said, stepping forward. Frank ripped the ticket out of Sarah's hand and pretended to inspect it. "This looks fake, just like you people to try and sneak in for it." The crowd went silent. Sarah felt her face get hot. "Excuse me? I paid $40 for that ticket." "I don't care what you paid," Frank spat. "I'm on break, and I don't want dirty kids sitting on my clean suit. Move along." Maya's lip trembled. "Santa, I'm not dirty. Get lost," Frank shouted, standing up. He loomed over the little girl. Sarah immediately pulled Maya behind her. "Don't you dare speak to my daughter like that." "I want to see your manager." Frank laughed, a cruel, deep belly laugh. "I'm the attraction here, lady." "Security." 2 security guards rushed over. They looked at Frank, then at Sarah. Because Frank had been working there for years, they took his side immediately. "Ma'am, you're causing a disturbance," the guard said, putting a hand on his belt. "We need you to leave the premises. He discriminated against my child," Sarah yelled, tears forming in her eyes. "Leave, or we drag you out," the guard warned. Frank sat back in his throne, crossing his arms with a smug grin. "Merry Christmas," he mocked. Sarah was about to turn around and leave in shame, holding a sobbing Maya, when a deep, calm voice cut through the noise. "Is there a problem here?" Everyone turned. Walking through the crowd was a man who looked like he had walked off the cover of a magazine. He was wearing a $5,000 tailored suit, an expensive watch, and his eyes were locked onto Frank. It was David, Sarah's husband. He had been parking the car, but he had walked in just in time to see the security guard threatening his wife. Frank rolled his eyes. "Great, another one. Look, buddy, take your family and get out before I have you arrested for trespassing." David didn't yell. He didn't scream. He just stepped over the velvet rope. The security guard stepped in front of David. "Sir, back up." David looked at the guard. "My name is David Okonjo. I suggest you radio your general manager, Mr. Henderson, and tell him I'm here. Right now." The guard hesitated. There was something about David's authority that made him freeze. "Who do you think you are?" Frank yelled from the chair. "The king of Wakanda? Get him out of here!" Suddenly, a short, balding man in a cheap suit came running from the back office. It was Mr. Henderson, the mall manager. He looked pale and sweaty. "Mr. Okonjo! Mr. Okonjo!" Henderson gasped, pushing the security guards away. "I am so sorry. I didn't know you were visiting today." Frank looked confused. "Henderson, tell this thug to get his family out of my grotto." The silence that followed was deafening. Mr. Henderson turned slowly to Frank. His face went white. "Frank, shut up!" David stepped forward, standing right in front of the Santa, the throne. He looked down at Frank. "Mr. Henderson," David said calmly, his voice echoing in the silent mall. "This employee just told my daughter she was dirty and tried to have my wife thrown out. Is this how you run the establishment I just purchased?" The crowd gasped. Frank's mouth dropped open. "Purchased?" Frank stammered. "Yes." David smiled coldly. "I signed the papers at 9 a.m. I own this building. I own the parking lot. I own the chair you were sitting on. And I definitely own your employment contract." Frank scrambled to stand up. "Sir, I was just joking. It's a character. I'm a method actor." "You're a racist bully," David said. "Take off the suit." "What?" "Take it off. You're fired, and you're banned from this property for life. If I see you here again, I'll have you arrested for trespassing." Frank, humiliated, had to take off the red coat and hat in front of everyone, revealing his sweaty, stained undershirt. The crowd began to cheer and clap. David turned to the security guards, "Escort him out, and then go to HR. We need to talk about your training." The guards nodded, terrified, and grabbed Frank by the arms, dragging him away as he begged for his job back. David then turned to the crowd. He picked up the Santa hat from the floor. He looked at Maya, who was wiping her eyes. "Daddy?" she asked. David smiled, the warmth returning to his eyes. He put the hat on his own head. He sat down on the big velvet chair and pulled Maya onto his lap. "I think we need a new Santa," David announced to the crowd. "And for the inconvenience, every child in line gets their photo for free and a $50 gift card to the toy store." The mall erupted in cheers. Maya hugged her dad tight. "You're the best Santa ever, Daddy," she whispered. David hugged her back. "And you, my princess, are the queen of this castle. Justice was served warm that Christmas. Frank was never hired as a Santa again. What would you do if you saw a Santa acting like this? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Black Story Tales for more stories where justice always wins. Merry Christmas.